All right, now comes the best part that everybody's been waiting for is the cage part of it. We have got it on super low, super non-destructive mode. You can see we've got our vacuum hose hooked up there, kind of rinky-dink makeshift on the table. Kind of a bad angle on the camera, but I wanted to kind of show you kind of two sides at the same time to see a side view of it and a front view of it. We had to be really gentle with the cage because it's a thinner. It's still the cast iron steel, but it's still very thin. Again, this cracked during the transportation of it, so we're having to do really light duty and be extremely careful. And I'm just going to let you watch and chime in as we change the patterns. Again, you can see that you could not do this with a sander or a wire wheel. You would really tear it up, and that's what makes the laser so unique, is that we can get inside those patterns. Those I think those are actually lions on the side of the cage there. We can actually get into the depths of where the rust is. You definitely could not do this with any other machinery. You could acid dip it, I guess, but that's extremely expensive and sometimes very harmful to the material. So I will just stay quiet and let you guys watch it, and don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and share this with other people if you think they might be in need of rust cleaning or removal or paint removal, corrosion if they've got bricks, they've got mold mildew on their bricks, if they've got mold and mildew on plastic, we can clean plastic, we can clean tires, automobiles, trucks, buses, trains. We already have a contract right now. We're cleaning some railroad ties and stuff like that for the Texas Railroad Company. So yeah. Now I think at this point I have it turned down to actually still at 300 watts. I did change the frequency to 875. We are using the double oval pattern because of the tightness of the little squares there. We wanted to make sure that we could get in nice and tight on the bars. And I'm not going to do the inside of it on this one, I don't think. In the video, but I just want to show you how quick and easy this is, and that's the whole point of this series of videos, is to show you how well. I think now I am changing the settings again, and I changed the lighting, which is why the video bleeped, because you guys weren't seeing what I was seeing. So I definitely wanted to change the lighting. Hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better. But I can also see the pieces, now that I'm watching the video, I can see the pieces that I missed. I do clean it all up afterwards, after the video, because some things you just have to turn different ways in order for it to be able to be cleaned. And now you can see where the other crack was, right there to the right. The good thing is it was an even crack. It's almost like the weld came apart. My friend Tim's probably going to get a good skilled welder to fix that, because it is delicate. But for the most part, the entire pagoda has held together. It's cast iron, so it's kind of hard to break it. But in this particular case, it did crack a little bit, and I have a funny feeling that it's due to the age of everything. It's very delicate. But again, they build fires in this cage, so it's not that extremely fragile. It's nice before and after. It's pretty obvious. Again, the camera's a low quality camera, but you know, I can get my 4K camera out on the next video that we shoot. If you really want to see it, we can do that. I do know that we have some military trucks coming up, some rail cars coming up. We have a couple of antique trucks coming up that will definitely have several cameras around, and we're probably going to have a professional videographer filming that for us so that you guys can see it. We just love sharing this with you guys because it's really cool, the amount of stuff that you can restore and cause the least amount of damage when cleaning it and restoring it, which is what I find fascinating. Most of these items, people would just, you know, not this one, but most items that people find rust on, they just throw it away because they think that it can't be saved, and that's really why we're here. Now you'll notice, because of this cage, I'm getting overspray through the actual basket, and that's something that you really have to look out for. This is the part that scared me, because you can see the crack at the top right. I really didn't want to heat it up too much, so I did it real light. I let it cool off before I completed it. I was worried about the thing exploding in front of me because I didn't want to overheat it. So I do come back and hit all these areas again off camera, but I just didn't want to get the items too hot. Now we do have a pulse laser that we use, in which I should have used on this, but this machine can act as a pulse or as a regular continuous watt as well. The amount of rust that's on there, I chose to use the continuous watt versus the pulse. It's just easier to get the job done. And I could already see in the video that I missed a whole bunch of them, and I had to come back later on and finish it. I went ahead and took this off. Make it a little bit easier for me to clean it. What's interesting is those little hinges are really small and really tight, and the laser actually went through the pinhole of the hinges to clean the rust that was in the middle of the pinhole. You know, and then there's the little screw. I attempt to clean the screw, but it doesn't work out too well, and you really can't see what's going on, but it does clean it. But you'll see in the final, we just replaced the screws completely.